I don't know if anyone needs to hear this today, but I thought I would share it with you. If there's any women in relationships where they feel like they can't leave, or they're trapped, or for whatever reason they're worried that they'll be lonely. I mean, there's a lot of reasons to stay in a relationship in terms of like getting yourself on your feet financially and figuring things out. I'm going to tell you my story on how I left a relationship that I knew wasn't right for me when I had to set myself up before I left the relationship. So when I was 20 something, early 20s, I'd been in a relationship for 4 years with this guy, and there was nothing inherently wrong about him. I'm not coming on here to bash him, but I didn't want to be with him. I didn't really like I just didn't like our relationship. I didn't really like how he treated me, how he treated my family, how he spoke about my family. Like, we'd just gone overseas to see my cousins in Canada, and I just didn't really like how he spoke about my family over there. So I knew on that trip that I was going to break up with him. But I was worried that I wouldn't be able, like, I didn't feel safe just being like breaking up with him on the trip. And it was right at the end of the trip anyway that I came to this epiphany. So and we lived together. So when we got back, and I didn't have a car, so like we shared a car, or like he drove me around a lot, but I didn't have a car at that time. So I got home, I found my own apartment. I was like, oh, I just need, some space. To be fair, we were living with his parents, so I used that as an excuse. I was like, I just don't really want to be living with your parents anymore. And he was like 31. So found my own apartment, moved into my own apartment, found a car, got myself a car, made sure that I was okay on my own. First had a roommate, could financially support myself. I was picking up extra shifts at the place that I worked. And then once I had all that in motion, I broke up with him. And it took me so long. There were so many warning flags with him because everyone in my life that met him didn't like him. Everyone was like, Ellie, you can do so much better. Like, what are you doing with this man? Like, what are you doing? And like, now that's a big thing for me. If like my friends or my parents or my sister doesn't like who I'm with, bye, see ya, because they can see what I can't see. I get seriously blinded by rose-colored glasses. And it took me years to figure that out. It took me years. And one of the reasons why I was so scared of losing him is I was just worried about being on my own. I was like, I'm scared to be alone. I'm so scared to be alone. It was the best thing that's ever happened to me, leaving that relationship. I was in one other relationship after that he dumped me, but thank fuck, honestly, he was worse than the first one. I am so happy on my own. I did not know that I could achieve this level of happiness on my own. I was so convinced by societal standards that I would only reach true happiness if I was in a relationship. Now, I'm not trying to like bash on relationships or anything like that, but every time I talk to my friends who are in relationships or marriages or whatever, every time they talk about them to me, they're just whinging about them, which I think is normal. You vent about your partner, I totally get it. They still love them, whatever. But I don't have to deal with any of that. I don't have to deal with, and like, some of my friends will be like, oh, I came home and he didn't clean up after himself and the shit was everywhere. It's just me in this apartment. It's silent right now, just the way that I like it with my 2 cats. If it's clean when I leave it, it's clean when I get back. I don't have to, it is. It's so fucking peaceful. The bed to myself, I watch whatever I want on TV. There's no one like scrolling really loud on their phone next to me. I'm so independent. I've traveled all over the world on my own. I take myself out to dinner. I take myself on solo dates. And sometimes, I like feel like, oh, it'd be nice to find someone, and I wouldn't be opposed to the idea if I did find someone. But I'm not settling for less than I deserve. Like, I have high standards because I'm only gonna let someone into my life that considerably adds to it, because my life at the moment to me is perfect. I have the career, I have money, I'm surrounded by all of my favorite things. I'm independent, I think I'm beautiful, I'm confident, I'm funny, I have great style, I go to Pilates, I have my cats, I have a great family. I'm so happy on my own, so don't be scared to leave that relationship because it will get better.